Hello, everybody. What's going on? This is Giancarlo here. Hope everybody's doing well today. I will be starting the webinar right on time today so we can get right into what we're doing today. So, uh, derivatives trading carries a high degree of risk and may not be suitable for all investors. Past performance is not indicative of future results. All right, so today I figured we would just go straight into a Q&A. I know we've been doing this for about 10 weeks now, give or take 10 webinars, so I figured might as well just see if anybody's got questions and just kind of just go question by question. So going forward, what is EdgeProX? For those that don't know, it's an all-in-one solution for active traders. It has MBO capabilities, volume profile, and TPOs, native order flow tools, has 300 plus studies and indicators. You can layer multiple different indicators. Native to Windows, Mac OS, and Linux, runs on Rithmic, CQG, or IQFeed. All of this is available for the low price of $34.99. What else does it offer? It has a heat map, volume imprint, volume profiles, TPOs, advanced DOMs, simulated trading, replay mode, cross-instrument trading, cloud levels, Edge Pro line, OHLC lines, time and sales, and then, as I said, 300 plus indicators. What is EdgeClear? EdgeClear is an independent futures brokerage created by traders for traders, award-winning team, multiple clearing relationships, experienced team and founder, Morad Askar, continuously innovating and building. We're trader inspired here. So, as like I said, we're just gonna jump right into the questions. You guys have questions, just put them in the chat. I will get to those and we'll basically just do 30 to 40 minutes of just straight questions. So the first question that I got asked prior to the webinar was, if I have two independent orders, is there a quick way I can make those orders OCO? Or I don't want to have to implement an exit strategy, I just want to quickly link them together. Okay, so for this person that asked, there is no way to, so if I float out two orders, there is no way to link them together as far as my knowledge goes. But I do know if you have an order out, oops, let's cancel that. Let's say I don't have brackets on, I have an order out. If I turn my brackets on and hit paste, it pastes out two orders, your bracket order based on your strategy. And it kind of leads into the next question, which was, if I have two orders similar to the situation above, how can I tell if they are linked versus independent? If you have many orders out there, if you want to just throw on one of your strategies, this is a really easy way to do that. So if I hit cancel, and like as the market's moving, if it like is going up, I can just hit the paste button and it'll paste the strategy that I have for bracket one on there, and it will not buy another order. It'll just simply put in the orders for me. So that's a really easy way to do that. Can everybody hear me? Just want to be sure that I'm being heard by everybody there. Awesome, cool. All right, so then going forward, so that's one way to apply brackets to your order. Now, to know if they're linked or not, this is actually, you can tell that they're linked, because if I put two, let's say I turn this off, I put two orders out. The way I know that these aren't linked is because if I'm looking here to look at these orders, there's no line connecting these. So these two orders are independent orders. So there's no line there connecting these. However, if I put on, let's say, a bracket strategy, let's just throw this one on, there's a line that connects those two orders together, which shows that they're OCO orders. And then you can move these orders as well. Once, just by clicking and dragging these, you can move these up or down. And I am in two positions technically. So once the position is executed, I can move it up or down. So let's flatten all. So that's one way to do that. I believe let's go back to the slides. I believe that was one of the other questions too. So let's see what we got going on here. There we go. The other question was, I'd love I'd love the session high-low markers available for pit session as well as for GBX session. Pit markers could be one color, GBX another, or I may elect to turn on one set off and keep one set on. I want to know when ES is making new highs, lows on the day. Pit session wise, maybe this is available now and I just don't know about it. So for OHLC lines, when you add those to your charts, so let's turn this off. Remember, Control T to get to all studies, OHLC. When you're adding this in, you can choose what session, regular or extended. So what I would say to do is when you are looking to have more than one session, what I would do is I would add in this. So on the extended, create. Now, this is on a 4-minute chart. So we'll zoom in a little bit here. So now I have extended session. Then what I would do is add in a regular session, OHLC. So then go regular session and then configure the colors to be different. So the regular open or the extended open session would be yellow. Let's just make this red and make this some blue color. Create, and now I see the open and close for the extended session versus the regular or whatever that was. This is how I would do this because then you can see the new highs and lows being created for both sessions. Awesome. So then moving forward with the questions, now, so those 3 questions were in my slide. The other 3 are going to be through the chat or just from people submitting them prior. Somebody asked about the TPO POC being very, not being able to see that. So let's see if I can get the TPO charts up there first. Wow. Even I run into issues, guys, believe it or not. All right. Some reason my TPO charts are not showing up. So let's see if I change the symbol. All right, that is interesting, guys. Well, for changing the color of the point of control, if I just add in a TPO and then go to the settings, what you can do is all settings, display, point of control. What I would do is you can make this color a brighter color, so you can make it a red, or so when it has the checkbox in it, like they look like checkers, that means it's going to be transparent. So the color that you had originally was a transparent yellow, so it was a very faint yellow. Try applying maybe a solid blue or a solid red to your chart. It may make a difference to that color. Okay, at least I'm not the only one having issues. So yeah, that's what I would do for that point of control though. So someone said, I don't see Ranko in the list of charting types. This is an easy fix. Just go to EdgeProX Active. So right now I'm looking at just ordinary candlesticks. If you right click on the chart, head over to chart settings, go over to bar settings, and you're gonna change the bar size, Ranko. Then you can change the interval. There's also, for those that use Ranko, something to note is if I hit apply and I have show range outline, what this is gonna do, just so people know, is it's gonna put an outline for where the bar is gonna change. This is just something to keep in mind, because a lot of people were confused as to what this was. You can just take this off by right clicking, again, going to chart settings, and then going to bar settings, and then just unchecking that. And then also recognize that this is going to restart daily. Your settings for the Renko are going to be here for the person that asked that question. There you go. Someone asked if I have an MES U1 setup, how do I apply to MNQ or any other symbol? So let's say I have my Renko and I add in, let's say I like the RSI, and let's say I'll throw on a moving average as well. We'll just do something random. I don't know. So we have this on our chart. So if you want to apply this chart to another symbol seamlessly, what I would do is I would go to File, Chart, Template, and then save this as a template. This is one way to do this. So you would just hit Include Chart and just click everything except for okay, good. So then you would just click everything at that point and then type in, let's do test. Hit save. And then when I go over to add in like an NQ or any other symbol, let's do CL for me. Okay, so we have this up, waiting for it to load. Once it loads, we can I'll show you how to import that template onto your chart. So even though there's nothing up here, it doesn't really matter. I can show you how to upload that template. So once you go here, chart, oops, there we go, template, test. And then what it's going to ask is it's going to ask you, I want to replace the studies that are currently on the chart with the ones that were in my template. Yes. Then boom, it adds in everything the way it was in my ES chart. So that's how you can transfer studies and bar types and bar anything that would be in your chart. You can transfer them from chart to chart that way. So you can add in a bunch and just continuously add them to different charts. So then another easy one to show real quick, I think you can see up here, I have my Session P&L. Somebody was asking how to get the P&L up there. So what you can do is just go over to Configure, Preferences, and then head over to Chart, Labels. So Preferences, Chart, and then Labels. And then you have a pretty big selection of stuff that you can choose from here. What this will do is if you add in anything, it'll just add in up top along the top of your chart. So if you want to see your account balance, or you want to see the date and time, or whatever you may want to see, if we hit apply, you'll see, okay, you can see that the balance gets added to the top of the screen here. So we have my Session P&L, the balance of the account, and then you can just continuously add stuff across the top, which will easily fix that. Let's see if there's any other questions. So how do we separate the TPO columns? So are you referring to aligning the letters in TPO for the person that asked that? Just drop that in the chat, because separating the bars in the TPO, I think that's what you mean. And the way you can do that is just going to settings, all settings, and then clicking align letters. So not sure what you mean by split the columns. And unfortunately, for some reason, my TPO is not working. Oh, there we go. Okay, so you mean split each column separately to make each row separate? Yes. I do not believe that we can do that, but let me check. So we go to display. So I think this is what you're referring to as they split up. Is that what you were looking for? Yes. Okay, fantastic. So I'll do that one more time, just so everybody can see, because I went through that pretty fast. So what I did was I went to TPO, the TPO settings, all settings, display, and then you just hit align letters. And then something that I like to do, just like a little tip that I'll throw out, is cell width. I like to constrain the cell width, because what that'll do is so if I bring this up to, let's say 25, what it's gonna do is it's gonna make sure that there's space between this area and this area. So if I go and zoom in, there's gonna be no overlap between this TPO and the next one. So that's how you would separate the columns. Let's see what else we have. Is there a way to create a separate overnight profile for the Globex session? So creating a separate profile, are you referring to volume profiles or volume imprint? Which one are you referring to in particular? While I wait for that, I will also profile. Cool. Okay, so then let's go to EdgeProx Active, and then let's get rid of these indicators here. Close out the DOM. You can see the chart. All right, so we're looking at this. Let's add in our profile. So get rid of this, Control T, and then we can go to volume profile, and let's add in the imprint. Actually, let's do that way. So then what we'll do is we'll have our volume profile added, and we'll align it to the start of the bar. All right, so let's create, oops, let's do it this way. All settings, and we'll do, let's increase this. I believe that's how that works. Left, and then go over to, so then when you add the volume imprint or profile, there's multiple ways you can separate the difference between extended and regular session. One way to do it, and a quick way to do it, is so I'll have to fix this so it actually looks like a profile, but one way to do it quickly is just going over to the settings and then RTH data. Checking and unchecking this is a quick way to switch back and forth between regular and then extended hours. You can also apply a regular daily volume profile, go to the settings again, align it to the left like you would like, or right, however you like it. And then what you can do is go to right click the chart, show extended or show RTH. So right now it is going to show regular session, and then you can show extended, and then it'll automatically adjust to the extended session. Okay, so I understand what your question is. I'm not sure if there's a way to do that. I believe if you add the imprint, the volume imprint, there's a way to split the sessions, but I think that's, I'm not 100% sure. Let me check that. Yeah, no, so I'm not 100% sure how to do that. I'll have to look into that and send you an email afterwards. But there we go. Perfect. Let's see. So I'll have to make it so that it actually looks like a profile, but that's another way to split the sessions. Yeah, that's another way to split the sessions, is if you just went into the settings and then go and split regular and extended. So that'll split the profile itself into 2 sessions. Was there any other questions? Not sure if anybody else wanted to throw in any other questions. Perfect. Let's see. What is the difference between daily volume profile and volume imprint? Also, how can I merge profile for say last 5 days? Okay, so the volume profile, we'll do daily volume profile first. So when I have the daily volume profile on, let me change this back to a 15-minute. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make this like a traditional daily volume profile. So if I show historical and increase this to 10, up the bar amount a little bit. Okay, so now what this will do is this is gonna go back day by day and show a daily profile for just the day. So you'll see it's going back day by day, and there's a profile for each one. The volume profile, just a regular volume profile, when I add this profile, create, it's going to be a summary profile for however long I aggregate the data back for. So right now it's just a daily profile, but if I increase the time range, it's going to get larger and larger because it's pulling back 6 days. Now you can change this to be daily, hourly, or go all the way down to however much. So I have it set to a daily. So right now this would be a weekly profile because it's 7 days. And you can just pull this back for however far back you want to. And this is a summary profile. So this is the difference between the daily and the volume profile. The volume imprint, now you can put a profile, like a traditional profile on the imprint, but what the imprint is actually for and what it actually does is when I pull it up, it breaks down the profile or where the volume is on a per bar basis. So when I add it to the chart, if I zoom in really closely, you can see there's many profiles on each bar. And this is where you get the footprint where it breaks down the volume on each independent bar. That is the difference between the three of those. So then merging the last 5 days, I would use a volume profile. Just a volume profile, not a daily profile. All right. Hope that helped. Moving forward, let's see. Yeah, I can show how to do that split session again. So are you using a profile, a daily profile, or a volume imprint that can help with trying to figure out what you're trying to accomplish? Let's get rid of the volume profile as well. And then let's see. See if I missed any of these questions in here. A lot were coming in. All right, didn't miss any. Let me know if there's any more that you guys want me to answer. If there's anything else that you would like me to go over, just put it in the chat and we can go. We still have about 7 minutes left, so we can definitely tackle as much as we can in that 7 minutes. I think I answered everything. Cool. Strategies. The other thing that I was going to bring up that somebody asked me was in terms of bracket orders. If I put a bracket order out, oops, there we go, I don't know. So then, and I went to move it, it actually doesn't move. And so we're working on getting that fixed. So if I move the order itself, the bracket will move, but you can't move the independent orders because it's only until the order, once the order gets filled, you can move these, but it's only when you're putting out resting orders. So and the reason it does that is because it's reading the there we go. It's reading the brackets strategy that you put in here. So it's pretty rigid until the order gets filled. So if the order gets filled, then you have the ability to move it. So that's just something that I wanted to point out. Someone said, yes, please fix that. We will. We definitely will. Working on it, at least. Developers have been slammed with different requests. So we're definitely working on it, and we will let everybody know once we release a new version with updates and stuff like that. And going forward in the future, I will definitely go over features in the webinar that we fixed or replaced or added, or whatever may be the changes. I most likely will be going over some of those changes in the webinar with everybody as well. But if that is all the questions that everybody had, I can let everybody go. We can end this and on a good note. So I will let everybody go. It's great coming out. Thank you for everybody for showing up again. Reach out if you reach out to the support. You can go to the knowledge base article at support.edgeclear.com. You can email us, or you can email me directly, whatever works. I'm not sure, if you guys know, but I am a broker here. So if you guys would love to open an account, I would love to be your broker. So let me know if you guys want to be trading with EdgeClear. We would love to earn your business. If you guys aren't already clients, I see some active clients in here already. So thank you, everybody, and thank you. So have a good one, everybody. Appreciate you guys showing out, and have a good one. Have a good rest of your Wednesday. Happy trading.